Yes, good morning, everyone. Okay, so we are supposed to look at transaction approach to quantity theory of money given by Fisher. Okay, so we'll look at this topic. This is another very important topic, quantity theory of money. I'll be sharing my screen with you here. Yes. So, as you all can see on your screen, you have this Fisher's quantity theory of money, right? As I've told you all earlier as well, that how do you look at theory and how do you write uh, how do you answer a question on theories? That is, you always put what assumptions first, right? And then you explain the theory, and then after you write some criticism of it, and then you conclude it, right? So we'll look at first and foremost. Okay, just to give you all a brief idea about what this theory is actually. So here we'll be studying about quantity theory of money, right? That is, okay, there is one definition of this quantity theory of money, that is transaction cash transaction approach to quantity theory of money given by the economist Fisher. Okay, as you all can see here, these two lines, he has said in brief, he's given this. Okay, he says that the Fisher says that other things remaining unchanged, as quantity of money in circulation increases, the price level also increases in direct proportion and the value of money decreases and vice versa. So what is he talking about? Basically, he's talking about, he says that he's telling us how the price level will change, how will it increase or decrease with respect to what, like what changes in other some quantities will lead to changes in price. He says that if the money supply money supply money supply increases or decreases, then the price will accordingly change, increase or decrease, right? So so he's giving us the relationship basically between the price and money supply, right? Yes, good morning. ಏನು ಇವತ್ತು ಇಷ್ಟು ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಫಿಶರ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಥಿಯರಿ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್, ರೈಟ್? ಹಣದ ಪರಿಮಾಣಾತ್ಮಕ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಕ್ಕಿರುವ ನಗದು ವ್ಯವಹಾರದ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಕೋನವನ್ನು ವಿಮರ್ಶಾತ್ಮಕವಾಗಿ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಿಸಿ. ಇದೊಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಇದೆ ನಮಗೆ. ಹಣದ ಪರಿಮಾಣಾತ್ಮಕ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಕ್ಕಿರುವ ನಗದು ವ್ಯವಹಾರದ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಕೋನವನ್ನು ವಿಮರ್ಶಾತ್ಮಕವಾಗಿ ವಿವರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಶರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಥಿಯರಿ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ, ಇದು ಬಂದು ಫಿಶರ್ ಅವರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಶರ್ ಅವರು ನಮಗೆ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹೇಗೆ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮನಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈ, ಹೇಗೆ ಮನಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ. ಹೌ ವಿಲ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ವಿತ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ? ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹಿ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್. ಇದು ಹೇಗೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಇದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ ಬ್ರೀಫ್ meaning of this theory, whatever he's explaining. So other things remaining unchanged, as the quantity of money in circulation increases, the price level also increases in direct proportion and the value of money decreases and vice versa. ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ಮನಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಕೂಡ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಮನಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಇದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ supply of money and price, whereas indirect relationship between this value of money and money supply. Okay, so we shall look at assumptions first and then we'll come back to this theory, the explanation part of this theory. Okay, assumptions. Okay, as you can see on your screen, I'll just quickly give you a glance over all the assumptions we'll be talking under this theory. So the first assumption will be constant velocity of money. Okay, then the second assumption is constant volume of trade or transaction. Right. Then, so then after it is price level is a passive factor ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So fourth assumption ಬಂದು money is a medium of exchange. So this is another assumption. And the fifth is constant relation between M and M dash. Then the sixth one is long period. Okay, that's it. We'll discuss each one of them in depth. So the first assumption what he's made is constant velocity of money. That is velocity of money andrenu. It means that how with what speed your money is changing hands, right? That is called as velocity of money. So from person A to B, then B to C, C to D, ಯಾವ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಇಂದ ಇದು ಮನಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದೇರ್ cupboards and all. Money should move with faster pace, from person A to B, B to C, C to D. So this is what is velocity of money. So he says that this velocity of money is constant. So according to Fisher, the velocity of money is constant and is not influenced by changes in quantity of money. So he says that the velocity will remain constant and it will not get influenced. It will not be influenced by the quantity of money. Quantity of money andre eshtu in quantity money eshtu ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮನಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅಥವಾ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದ್ರೂ, ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದು ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ದೆನ್ the velocity of money depends upon exogenous factors like population, trade activities, habits of people, interest rate, etc. So he says that the velocity of money depends upon exogenous factor. Is giving us on what factors it depends. It is population, trade activities, habits of people, and interest rate. Okay. These factors are relatively stable and change very slowly over time. Thus, V tends to remain constant. V is velocity of money. Okay, you should remember this. Now, next to V use madadre, you should remember this. V stands for velocity of money. Okay. Thus, V tends to remain constant so that any change in supply of money will have no effect on the velocity of money. Supply of money ge ನಾವು m ಇಂದ represent ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. Okay, so he says that ಇದು velocity of money ಬಂದು ಈ factors ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ factor? Exogenous factors like population, trade activities, habits of people, interest rate ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಈ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Very frequently ella change agala if factors. So that's why this velocity of money is constant in his theory. Okay, then the second assumption is constant volume of trade or transaction. Again, volume of transaction or trade is constant anta helidare. Assumption, one assumption. So transaction, volume of trade and transaction andrenu, it is about, how many transactions are taking place. It is like, there we were talking about speed, right? First assumption. Here we'll be talking about how many transactions are taking place. That is, in how many hands it is going, right? That is transaction. So he says that this volume of trade or transaction is constant, right? So how is it constant? We'll look at this. So the total volume of trade or transaction is also assumed to be constant and is not affected by changes in the quantity of money. T is viewed, volume of trade or transaction na ನಾವು T ಇಂದ represent ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಓಕೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅವಾಗ ನಾವು ಟಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಲೆಟರ್ಸ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಟಿ ವಿ ಎಲ್ಲ, ಓಕೆ, ಎಂ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು, ಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is, we're talking about volume of trade or transaction, right? So he says that T is also assumed to be constant and is not affected by changes in quantity of money. Quantity of money ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. So T is viewed as independently determined by factors like, so ಯಾವ factors ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, like natural resources, technological development, population, etc. Okay, on these factors it depends, so which are outside the equation and change slowly over time. So they are outside the equation and they change very slowly. So these factors on which the T depends change very slowly. Okay, thus any change in the supply of money will have no effect on T. Constancy of T also means full employment of resources in the economy, right? Then the third point, third assumption is price level is a passive factor. It says that price level is a passive factor. Passive ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? Passive, English grammar ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿರ್ತೀರ ನೀವು. Passive, active, active voice and passive voice ಅಲ್ವಾ? So you must have learned about this active and passive. Passive is something which does not make any effect on other factors, other things, right? Active is, it actively involves, right? But passive is, it remains passive, like indifferent, right? So that is, the price level itself does not change any other factor, but the price level does get changed by other factors, right? So according to Fisher, the price level is a passive factor, which means that the price level is affected by other factors of equation, but it does not affect them. So he says that price level is affected by other factors of equation, but the price level does not affect them. ಇದರಿಂದ ಬೇರೆ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಬೇರೆ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಇಂದ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಪಿ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ಕಾಸ್. ಸೊ ಪಿ ಇಸ್ ದ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ಕಾಸ್ in Fisher's equation, right? An increase in M and V will raise the price level. Similarly, an increase in T will reduce the price level. Okay. So money is a medium of exchange. The fourth assumption is money is a medium of exchange. Medium of exchange ಅಂದ್ರೆ goods ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, goods ನ exchange ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, goods and services ನ, suppose apple ಮತ್ತೆ banana. So if you want to go for exchange of goods, you use this medium as money. So now first apple na purchase ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ with some money, then you can sell this apple for some money, and then you can like purchase B also with that money, right? So anywhere, all the transactions you're doing for commodities, always this money will act as a medium of exchange, right? So the quantity theory of money assumed money only as a medium of exchange. Money facilitate the transaction, so it is helping us in transaction, right? It is not hoarded or held for speculative purpose. ಇದನ್ನ, so he says that it is not hoarded. ಇದನ್ನ cupboard ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು. So next is constant relation between M and M dash. M is what? Supply of money, right? So we'll look at what is M dash. M dash is bank money. Okay. M is currency money. Bank ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಮನಿ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು M dash ಅಂತೀವಿ. So Fisher assumes a proportional relationship between currency money and bank money. Bank money depends upon the credit creation by the commercial banks, which in turn are a function of the currency money. Okay, so he's giving us the relationship. He says the bank money depends upon the credit creation by commercial bank, which in turn are a function of the currency money. Right? Thus, the ratio of M dash to M remains constant, and the inclusion of M dash in the equation does not disturb the quantitative relations between the quantity of money and the price level. He says that the M dash na ನಾವು equation ಅಲ್ಲಿ include ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ it will not disturb. It will not disturb the equation, right? So it will have no effect on the equation. Then the next assumption is long period. So the period is very long. The theory is based on assumption of a long period. Over a long period of time, V and T are considered constant. V ಮತ್ತೆ T na constant ಆಗಿ consider ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. V ಅಂದ್ರೆ velocity of money. T ಅಂದ್ರೆ transaction of money, right? Are considered constant. Long period ಅಲ್ಲಿ